Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man, it's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to Cocktails, Dirty Discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called I Saw Daddy Kissing Santa Claus. The ingredients you need are 3.5 ounces of gin or vodka, a half ounce of dry vermouth, olives or lemon twist for garnish, and this is how you're going to make it. So you're going to fill your cocktail shaker with ice, add the gin or vodka and vermouth, and stir for 30 seconds or shake vigorously for 10 seconds. Strain into a chilled martini glass and garnish with your olives or your lemon twist. I saw Daddy kissing Santa Claus. Now let me tell you something.
What?
If I saw my daddy kissing Santa Claus, I would be like, what? Is mom dressed up? Or like, what are we doing right now? What? I feel like even the kids would be like, what? Huh?
I thought the song was I Saw Mommy.
It is. That is the song.
Oh, okay. So you just switched. I mean, Daddy might be kissing Santa Claus if you have enough of this shit. You know, I don't know why. I guess this is like back when I was first starting to drink. I would try and drink gin. I don't know why I did that shit. I was ordering gimlets and stuff. Like, ma'am.
I think it's because we watched Sex and the City. When you're growing up and you see grown people drink, they're always drinking martinis, and it looks like a good idea until you taste that shit. It tastes like gasoline.
It looks sophisticated. You start feeling grown. I was going out with my auntie, and she would always get gimlets. So I was like, yeah, I want one too. Knowing that shit was burning my throat. That's why I was drunk as fuck all the time. Well, one of the reasons.
I did not know that you're not supposed to take shots of gin. And when I was in college, I took a shot of gin. I was with a grown man, and he was like, you're not supposed to do that. And I was like, just give it to me. I took a shot of gin. I woke up with my booty hole turned inside out.
You had an anal prolapse. Ooh, girl, that sounds painful. What?
It was just, I mean, I didn't remember anything, but my booty hole was like turned inside out.
Are you using, okay, I'm concerned. Are you using this as an expression, or was it really your booty hole that came out?
My booty hole came out just
so
a
you
little
really
bit.
had a prolapse, girl?
No, it wasn't like turned inside out like on the porns, but it was a little rolled out.
Did you go to the ER?
No.
So what you do? Just poke it back in?
I was fine. I just did a couple. You know how you do Kegels? Well, I did like booty hole Kegels.
You were prairie dogging with no prairie dog. Medina, you have lived a life. Wow.
A life that I hope my kids don't never hear.
Well, girl, the internet is forever, so good fucking luck. Anyway, welcome back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions, you guys. It's just us this week. What have you been up to?
Oh, girl, I have just been working. So COVID is actually it has affected my 9-to-5 job, which at first was a scary thing, which it still is kind of scary, but I'm now part-time at work. So it's given me, which is crazy because I still feel like I don't have enough time in the day to get shit done. But I've just been busy. I've been working on voiceovers. I'm working on a new demo for narration and for character. So that's been exciting, getting back into voice lessons. I started doing hot yoga. Kiki, have you ever done hot yoga?
No. I would try it though. I've just never done it. I saw you did a bonus episode. And y'all were talking
with the Yoga Bae. And I love Ayana. If y'all ever listen to Mixed Signals, you've heard Ayana before. But her class is incredible. And I've gone to other instructors' classes at that facility. But it's just something that, you know, life can sometimes be stressful for everybody, no matter what you do. Sometimes there might be one thing you can't get off of your mind. When I do hot yoga, I can only think about that because it's so goddamn hot. I did it this morning, 105 degrees, bro.
Sweating out my blowout, sweating out my press. That's what I hear. when I think about hot yoga. I mean, right now I'm good. My edges ain't
Yeah,
ready,
that's why I've been going so frequently because my hair is
yeah.
braided.
And I mean, it is cold outside. This is the perfect time to go. I want to be hot. Huh. Okay,
It's
so
incredible.
hot yoga, more voiceover, new demo. That's good. That's exciting.
My sister's baby is due any day. Well, I'm lying. We keep saying the baby gonna come early, and now I'm just starting to really believe it. Because she's so uncomfortable. And my mom was like, when you're pregnant and so uncomfortable this soon, the baby's probably going to come early. So
trying to make her way downtown.
Wait. Yeah. But how you doing? What you been up to?
Girl, I have just been in here. Okay, the truth is, I have been online shopping.
Wait, you was about to lie?
I was about to skip over what I've been doing and like make it sound way more productive. But the truth is, I've been working on Vlogmas, right? But as I'm coming up with ideas for vlogs, I'm kind of running dry. I don't know what to do because I had all of these grand ideas, but it's a lot of work, and I'm doing one vlog every day. If you guys have not checked out my Vlogmas, please do. youtube.com/Kiki said so. I've done one for every single day. So like coming up with these ideas and shooting stuff, or you shoot stuff and then the footage ain't right. Like I tried to do one where I was cooking the other night and I tried to time lapse it, right? So I'm using this this app that goes with the gimbal thing that I showed you when I came over to your house, and it speeds up the video in this app so that you can go and put your stuff together, right? So I did a separate video for the final product. And because it does it in the video, it just sped it up. Like you don't even see the food. It's just like flash and then it's over. So I did all of this stuff. Everything else, I'm still going to post it. I'll just post it on Instagram. But everything I did, like, is no finished product. I did a couple get ready with me. I forgot to finish my face. Somebody called me. I get distracted. Like, I get so distracted. But it's a personal challenge, really. Because I was like, okay, I'll do Vlogmas. I have to commit to this. I've been talking about doing these things. I haven't. Then, okay, the ideas that I am able to do, it's fucking shopping. Then I'm like, bitch, how much money do you be spending? This is why I work so hard, because I've got habits and I keep trying to hustle and make more money because I keep spending it. So my uncle had called me the other day and he was basically like, all right, Keith. He works for a huge bank. He's like a VP of private investment, something financial. I don't know. But I know that his whole thing is like how to make money and sustain wealth. So he called me with some tips. He was like, you know, you're making this money now. You need to really plan things out. Here are some tips. But girl, I went to Sephora. I bought stuff. I told myself I was buying Christmas presents for people. I'm lying. That shit was for me. So now I'm looking through. I got one thing that is for sure for my mom.
That's good.
Yes. But everything else, I was like, oh, my sister would love this. But really, I want it. So now I'm like, am I going to give it to my sister or am I going to keep it for me? I don't know. And then the other half of the shit needs to go back because, ma'am, you do not have money to burn. And I have a bad day or I'm stressed out or I'm horny and I want to buy stuff. And then I do. And then I need to return it. And that's a sad day. So anyway, what?
Can we just talk about Sephora real quick? Because
I love them. Yeah.
I went to Sephora last weekend.
Okay, what happened?
I went to Sephora and they had Dior reps in there. I didn't know this. I was like, why y'all gotta be here on the day that I come into Sephora? Because when people start talking to you and telling you the information and they're very knowledgeable about the products, it will reel you in if it's something that you really do like makeup. We like makeup, you know,
teeth whitener, skincare. For?
I went to get some glow.
What's
and some primer.
Okay.
You want to know what I got?
Everything else?
I got Dior foundation, which I love. I'm not even mad because I fucking love it. They had a special going where if you spend, and then they were like, we have a special going. If you spend over $75, then you get a bag of Dior goodies. So that you want to know what the goodies are. She's like, there's mascara, there's primer, there's a little thing of perfume. I'm like, I gotta do this. You make it make sense. And you're like, you get in the car and you're like, girl, I got 3 foundations now. And
you bought 3 at Sephora that day? Or
no. I had went to Sephora the weekend before last weekend and got another Fenty and then an Anastasia because I wanted to mix my colors because my winter color wasn't here yet. So I was like dark and light. Okay. So
I feel
I got this Dior foundation. I fucking love it. I got an eyebrow pencil, a Dior eyebrow pencil. I love it. And then
you look good. Did you use it today? You're welcome.
I used it today.
The faces. Did you use the Dior foundation?
I used the Dior foundation.
You're looking really good today, I must say.
Thank you, because, some of those episodes ago, I was looking ashy, and I didn't know if it was my makeup, if it was my lighting. I didn't know what was going on, you guys. If you saw it, I want you to know I saw it too.
Well, we won't judge you by your past. You don't live there no more. You have upgraded. You got your new colors. But that is how it is. It's hard in there. And then I'm like, also, like, with Christmas shopping, have you done Christmas shopping?
Girl, no.
Okay. Well,
I'm always last minute. I'm talking about the week of Christmas. That's when I do it.
I feel you. This year, I tried to take advantage of the Black Friday sales. I was like, I'm going to save money. I've spent too much money last year and the year before. I've got a lot of people to buy gifts for. I surely hope I get a gift, but we'll see. Whatever. So I'm trying to take advantage of the Black Friday sales, and I wanted to get everybody something, like my siblings, my grown siblings. Well, I guess all my siblings grown, huh? Yeah, except for one.
Yeah.
Just that one baby sister. But yeah, so I was like, I want to get y'all something that's like practical that you can use that will help you achieve some goals next year. I want that for everybody. So, girl, I done ordered all this stuff. Then I'm putting stuff in the cart like, I want this too. I could use this. I could take this class. I'm out of control. Everything's going back. So I don't know what people are actually going to get because I'm overboard. Like, bitch, you got bills.
Well, you could give them some taste vitamins.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to give taste vitamins to my siblings. I don't want to be in their business like that. All in their pants. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited for the holidays. I'm excited.
Me too.
Also, I put the cookbook sold out, but I put it back on sale. There's still a few more copies. I went ahead and pre-ordered a batch so that it can get here earlier, because I was like, oh shit, it's almost Christmas. Packages are being delayed. I've been fighting with FedEx and UPS about shit I ordered in November. So let me go ahead and order them. So they're on the site. And yeah, but that's it.
Well, have you been on any hot new dates?
Now you know the answer to that question.
Anything can happen in these hours.
Medina, you texted me 2 hours ago. No, I have not been on any new dates. I'm going to share some things about my dating life when we get into our discussion. Maybe we'll see what happens. I might forget, but I haven't really been dating. Y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been trying. I think I may be ready to try. I had to do some things on myself, work on myself. It's like, it sounds like a good idea to go on dates, but bitch, you still crazy. Work that crazy out and relax.
Oh, we're dealing with some crazy stuff.
Well, just like, that, like, if you're still holding on to some hurt from before, or you have some unresolved issues, or you're still trying to figure yourself out. I felt like, because I was doing so much work on me and trying to get to the root of it, I don't want to bring that into another situation. I want to be over it. But a bitch is horny, and I've got other needs too. Like, I want to go on dates. I want that companionship. So we just gonna have to jump in. I'm not all the way ready, but I'm a C student. So we about to see what happens.
Well, bitch, I got a date on Friday.
You doing? What y'all doing?
We're going. He's surprising me. He said I want to take you to some nice restaurant. I don't know the name of it yet, so he's just gonna pick me up on Friday after we record with that other podcast. Then I'm gonna go on a little date.
Okay.
He my food nigga though. He always takes me to get food, and he be picking the best places.
Does he?
Yeah. I got two food niggas now that I think about it. One of them takes me to the hood spots, and then this one takes me to the nice spots.
Damn, I miss having food niggas sometimes. I don't have one.
Dang, yeah. Ladies, y'all gotta get you a food nigga.
I think I just need to go back out to eat again, because I used to always meet my food niggas at the bar, and then when we become friends, and they become my food niggas, and then we would just go eat stuff all the time. I miss them. And then some of them went to prison and got deported.
Do you think that food niggas know that they're food niggas?
Hell yeah. If all we ever do is eat, and you don't never get to eat me, you my food nigga.
Yeah, but my food niggas be knowing, like, you're not fucking me. Whether you know you're a food nigga or not, they don't even really be trying to fuck me. Yeah.
What have they said? Oh, she a foodie and I'm a foodie, so we just, this is my homegirl. As long as you know and as long as you pay. Because you can't be the food nigga.
Every now and again we might flirt and kiss.
Whoa. See, you be blurring lines. I ain't blurring them lines like that. You know what's funny? I was, what, did you say something maybe on your story or maybe in a bonus episode or something? Maybe it was a regular episode. I don't know. You were talking about fuck buddies and like being, whether or not you could handle having a fuck buddy and all of these things. I don't know where
I've said that before. I've said something like that before.
Mm-hmm. So I was talking to a fuck buddy and he was like, you seem so uncomfortable. Like if I touch you or do anything with you and we're not like about to have sex, basically. Like we're not in the bed, we're not naked. And I was like, yeah, because that's when things get, I just said, yeah. And then I thought about it. I was like, why is that? I was like, oh, because that's me setting boundaries in my head. Like, you can't be touching me all the time because then that feels like flirting. And you don't need to be flirting if we just fucking. Because that's when things get weird. And that's when people start acting crazy. Because just like my friend out of town, I don't be talking to him on the phone. I don't do all that extra stuff that can get confusing. We see each other when we want to see each other. And we fucking then. That's it. Like once the sexy time is over, if sex has expired and that's no longer something that can happen like in the morning, if you got to do something, I can go home or go back to my hotel or whatever. Yeah. So with the food niggas,
you keep it very strictly dickly.
I got to, because then I'm going to be acting crazy and I'm going to be the one that's crying. I am very sensitive. That's the part I leave out that I don't think the listeners or just anybody really understands. I'm very sensitive and I cry a lot alone, but I cry a lot. I don't need my feelings hurt. So I be having to set these boundaries so I'm not getting confused, because once I get confused, then I'm going to feel like you're confused and then I'm going to have attitude. Yeah. Now, if my fuck buddy is trying to do too much, I can't. I got plenty of them.
I don't know how not to blur
them?
the line.
Huh?
Doing yoga, it opens you up so much. Now, I thought something was wrong with me. I was like, what is wrong with me? It's going to make me
horny.
Well, it makes you horny because you do a lot of hip opening positions, hip opener positions. But then on top of that, it makes you emotional because you do a lot of chest opening positions. And I was like, last night I was driving home and I was listening to Celine Dion. And I was really crying, Kiki. I was crying. And I was like,
sad cry or happy cry?
It was yoga cry. And
Not
it's
familiar.
Just like, you're feeling open and you're just like, it's the weirdest thing. I actually need to research it. I text Ayana like, why am I feeling emotional? She was like, it's normal. It's normal.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yoga, like, you got to be ready for what it's going to unleash. It's like going to...
It's like
any of that metaphysical shit. You got to be ready because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not always ready because then I'm going to be a mess. But I'm glad you're enjoying yoga. Maybe I'll try it in the new year. I think I'm ready to try some new things. I want to challenge myself to step out of my comfort zone a little bit more. Do some new stuff. I need to stretch anyway. I also want to get more flexible, specifically for sex, to be totally honest. So I'm going to open them hips up. Get that stuff
Open
moving.
them hips.
I don't know why I'm opening my hips like y'all can see. In my seat. I'm trying to think. Anything else? Oh, today, if you're listening to this today, we have a live Patreon today. Right. So make sure you guys keep your notifications on if you have the Patreon app, or make sure the notifications are coming to your email so that you know there's a post that you can see with the info for today. And then we also have a Crunch Before Brunch this weekend.
With Leticia again. Y'all, we gonna be fine in the wintertime. Oh, well, Kiki, you're already there.
I'm still working on it.
But y'all, make sure you turn your notifications on because we won't be able to keep reminding you. And we want you, everyone always sends messages like, I missed it. Don't miss it. Join the live. We're going to talk about cocktails. Y'all can share your cocktails. It's going to be fun. Let's catch up. Let's do a little bestie check-in. If there's men that we have, I know we got some men patrons. Y'all can join too. What's up? It'll be fun.
We didn't really talk about this, but can y'all dress up? I ain't had much to dress up for, and I got a whole bunch of outfits. So dress up.
Let's be extra. Do your makeup. Act like you really stepping out to meet these niggas. You might meet a nigga in the live. I might meet my nigga in the live. Well,
do you think that would be weird? If you met somebody who had been like listening to the show faithfully? Because the Patreon people are like, real, like everybody supports us, of course, but they put their money in, that's a little bit extra, you know, and they get the bonus content so they know it more. It's more raw.
I used to think it would be weird, but now I'm not gonna lie, I don't. We got one patron. He lives in London, I think. At first I wasn't really flirting with him, and then I started kind of flirting with him, and then he was like, "You trying to come to London?" I'm like, "I'm definitely trying to come to London." And like, I was like, maybe I could go on a date with him and fuck him and fuck a patron, and then we can do a Patreon live about. No, I'm playing. But it used to be weird. It's not really that weird to me no more.
I just feel that way across, like, anybody, whether they listen to the show or they just, I don't know how else they would know about me. They must know somebody that knows me. But anybody who just like knows way too much about me when I know nothing about them, it's just like, it's not fair. You have some cheat codes, you know, some secrets. It makes me nervous. I can feel it all up in here.
It probably wouldn't work out, but
it might be fun. It might be a cocktail, if nothing else.
Have you ever fucked a listener? A fan?
I mean, I done fucked some niggas and turned them into fans of the show. But, and no. I've only fucked some of our guests. That's it.
Me too. I fucked some guests. I've never fucked a listener. I have hung out with a listener. Shout out to Dre. His name was Dre. He used to send me food and we would meet.
He be in my DMs talk about, do I need a food nigga?
He a good food nigga. But shout out to Dre. Thank you for all the food. Well, Amy, I'm trying to think if we have any more announcements.
Did I write anything on? Still sign up for Patreon. I don't know. I guess not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can send us Christmas gifts too. I was thinking
you could send us Christmas gifts.
I can make an Amazon wish list. If you make yours before Thursday, send it to me. I'll put a link in there. You know, you never know who might be feeling generous. I don't really ask for a lot of gifts. And I'm not exactly asking for one now. But if the Lord moves you to give, then I'm accepting. And I'm not going to deny you the gift of giving, because that is a wonderful gift. You know?
It is a great gift. And yes, God is good. But I also want to add, if anyone needs a girlfriend for the holidays and you are willing to pay this said girlfriend, you want to hire someone to make you look good, I'm that girl and I'll do it. There are some traveling fees if I have to travel. I would like to keep it just for like Christmas dinner and maybe like I could do Christmas dinner.
Okay.
Preferably, I hope you're in Dallas because I want to also see my family, but you're not coming to my family. You're not paying for that. But yeah, we can do Christmas. We can do New Year's. I don't have plans for New Year's, so I'm available. So,
I am not. So, if you somehow get lost, I will send them your way. Anybody who I may think that's what they want, I will send them your way. I hope you get some business. Do you have any idea what the starting rate is for just like a photo? Like, Mom, I can't make it home for the holidays, but I'm going to see my girlfriend's family. Here's a picture of us, even though they're not really seeing your family.
So that you can keep that picture forever. So we'll start with a picture at $350.
Okay. All right. Well, the rate starts at $350. If you get lost, there is a $50 redirection fee that I will charge. So good luck to you all. I hope that, if you want Medina to be your girlfriend for a couple of hours a day or for a photo that lasts a lifetime, let one of us know. Okay.
To be thoughty.
I accept Zelle and cash payments only. All right. So now I guess we can move on to, I don't want to say indecisive I am, weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
This week's weird sex, pretty short. Pennsylvania cops. I always feel like everything crazy happens in Florida, but this isn't that wild. Pennsylvania cops responded to an emergency call at a mobile home many years ago. And this man, Robert, told him that his wife, Toby,
Toby.
I know. That's why I had to make sure I said wife so you would follow. But yes, his wife, Toby, had accidentally electrocuted herself with a hairdryer and died. But that was a big old fat ass lie. When police began doubting the details that Robert told them, he finally admitted that he electrocuted her by accident while delivering electric shocks via nipple clamps. He was arrested and charged with reckless endangerment and involuntary manslaughter. Now, I am not kink shaming people, but you still have to take precautions.
I'm telling you right now, if I got sizzled to my death because of some sex act,
you ain't gonna do nothing.
I am gonna be.
I'm gonna be dead.
When I'm floating up, I'm busting the cherubs in their head. I am not going out this way. I'm not. I'm squaring up with Jesus. I'm punching him. I'm not going out this way. I'm going back down. This is not fair that I had to leave this way. Some nipple sizzles, bro.
You know what you can do though? You can actually use your Vesper, and you see how incognito. You could just rub your nipple like this. Ooh, that feels.
And it gets really high.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ooh, my nipples got hard.
Sending some sizzles through me. Send a text, but you can get one of these if you actually go to lovecrave.com. We have a code for a free engraving. Mine says I'm worth it. What does yours say?
Mine says good vibes only.
Exactly, because you want good vibes, and you need to know that you're worth living. So get one of these, and y'all can stop having these accidents, and it's safe. It's got a nice little charger, and use code cocktails, and you get that free engraving. That would be an excellent Christmas gift, actually. If
that's
you don't know what to get your girl,
a very cute Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm. Look how cute it is, and you can tell her like famous people be wearing it if she's into that sort of thing, you know. But yeah.
But you know what else I like about the Vesper?
What?
Yo, nigga could wear it too.
He could.
You could be like, baby,
because it's
this.
not really feminine looking. It
looks like a little bullet.
A little bullet. Like a big old bullet. But yeah, I mean it is, and it comes in different colors and stuff. I love it. I
love it too. I really be wearing mine.
Mm-hmm. I wear it all the time.
Just remember to rinse it off.
Yeah, you gotta keep it clean because I touch it a lot while I'm out, and it's like, all right, before I put it on my cootie cat, let me make sure. And then you also have to remember to charge it, but it holds a charge for a long time because it's so powerful. You only use it for a little bit. I've been noticing, like when I post pictures with it, like even when it was just on, I would forget that I had it on. And some people, it's like a secret society. Some people already knew what it was. Talking about, oh, I see that around your neck. Oh, what's that around your neck? And it's like, you know, if you know, you know. You want to be in the if you know, you know club. Get you a Vesper.
Get you a Vesper, boo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this week, hopefully you guys were on the internet. If not, you have got to find this clip of this YouTuber, Kevin Samuels, who there's a viral clip over like the weekend, I guess, of him talking to this woman, and she wrote in for advice, or she called in for advice. Kevin Samuels is a YouTuber. He talks about modern dating. He talks about all this relationship stuff. He's a man. He's older. I think he said he's 50 plus. And he talks to men and women. But he talks so rough to them, in my opinion.
So rough, so raw. Like, he's not holding back. He's definitely not. If you want someone to uplift you, and that he's not doing that. Not that he's I don't really think he's trying to purposely tear people down. He's just really honest. I feel like a lot of people have filters and they don't want to hurt feelings. He doesn't mind hurting your feelings.
Yes. It's like, you know, when people like try to big up tough love and stuff, like sometimes you just have to tell people, don't ever talk to me like that. That hurts my feelings and I will cry. I wanted to cry for baby girl, whatever her name was on the thing. But I will say at the same time, this woman who he was going in on, she said that she was a fan of his show. She knew. So, Medina, can you give like a recap of what it was if nobody heard it yet?
So this woman calls in. She
Uh-huh.
wants advice. And she's like, hey, he asked her what type of man she wants. She's like, I have made it to the point in life where she didn't even say that. She was like, I have decided I want a 6-figure man. He's cut her off so quick. Because that's the new thing now. We want a nigga buying us Birkins. We want to take care of our whole life. He said, you know what? I'm sick of you
6-figure man
women.
ain't buying no Birkins. You need 7. Okay.
Thank you for the correction.
I think people
But y'all get the gist.
found out about them. Well, I'm not talking about you being wrong.
Women
Just
be
the girls. Like,
yeah. So she talked about how she wanted this financially stable man who can do more than many. And Kevin Samuels basically told her, well, I don't know why or where you think you're getting that man that you want because you are not pretty enough. That's basically what he said. To get a man in the 6-figure league, you need to be a certain level of pretty. And it was very hard to hear, but there were some of the things that he said that I was like, he's not lying. I won't say that I would say that to someone, and I wouldn't even ask you what type of nigga you think I could get, because quite frankly, I don't care. But she did ask, and he was very real with her, y'all. It was
he
cringing.
also told her she was 30 years old with some kids. He said he kept
35.
saying 35 years old
with a 13-year-old son.
Yeah, he was like, you're a
and
baby
a sketchy
mama
baby daddy.
with a sketchy baby daddy. He said, without your eyelashes, your weave, your makeup, all this stuff, what would you rate yourself? So I don't know if you looked at any of his other videos or clips or anything, but he does this thing where he wants people to rate themselves, and he'll ask you on a scale. I hate, but he asks it on a scale of 1 to 10, and you cannot say 7. I thought it was funny that he said you cannot say 7, because I feel like 7 is a safe number. It's not too unattractive, but it's not like way higher. So it's like, nah, which side of the scale are you on?
Right.
But I don't like that question. I'll tell you why. It's because, okay, I could rate myself a 10. I don't, but I could. It don't really matter what I rate myself. If it's about somebody being attracted to me, it's about what somebody else rates me. So what's the fucking point? But anyway, he does that. He asked her, she said a 5.
A part of it does kind of matter.
Why do you say
because
that?
I feel like if you rate yourself a 10, do you behave how you rate your rating? Like, I feel like there are some bitches out here that think they're 10s and they behave like that. There are some bitches that be like, I think I'm a 10. And you look at how they behave and it's like, you don't really seem that confident and you're lying.
I don't know. But it's still like, if the whole thing is about what kind of man can I get, you can think you're a 10. You can try to carry yourself as classy or whatever you may think a 10, how you think a 10 behaves. If he don't see a 10, he don't see a 10. So like, as far as ratings go, it's really about the other person. You can rate yourself what you want to rate yourself, but when you want to attract a certain person, it's not about your own level of self-confidence. It's about who you can attract. Why am I rating myself?
Samuels, I think that's why he asked the questions, what do you rate yourself? Because he almost turns it around like, okay.
He didn't almost nothing.
You said yourself
but then
that
I was
you
confused.
are a 5.
Yeah. And then I said, yeah. And then I was confused because this woman, she called, and I don't know if you know how sometimes people will try to downplay themselves, almost like fishing for compliments. People will try to downplay themselves so you can say, oh no, you're better than that, as opposed to being like, girl, that's too high. So I was wondering, like, did she really feel she was a 5? If you really felt you were a 5, which is right in the middle, or a 6.
Which she said she was a 5 without her makeup and her hair.
Right. And a 6 with it. So it's like,
you only went up 1 point. I go up a couple of notches when my hair and my makeup is done.
Well, she couldn't say 7, but you said that, but then it's like, you want this top-notch man, but you don't think you're a top-notch chick. It was just confusing to me. I mean, you can want what you want. I'm a firm believer in that. Will you get it? I don't know. I don't know, but I thought that clip was interesting. Everybody was talking about it. I kept seeing it over and over again. And then I watched another one. Because at first I was like, I wonder if he's one of those types of guys who only goes in on women. what kind of energy does he give the men? Do men really listen to the show? Like what? Because I didn't know if he was like Steve Harvey, where he's always telling women what to do and he don't really talk to the men that much, but he be talking to everybody. And there's this clip. I'm going to play it for y'all really quick because I want y'all to hear this stuff. Okay.
You don't know? You got a big dick? Huh? You have a big dick? I mean, it's above average. I ain't no Ron Jeremy. No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I just said it was above average. I don't know what that is, really. Nigga, you know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit. Every dude know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
That's facts.
I mean, you don't have a big dick. That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude. But you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing singles at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month at 20 years old. And women should approach you. What they get, they don't even get a big dick.
You don't even get a meal, probably.
Does he get a meal with less than $1,000 a month? But yeah, so that was the clip. So he goes in on everybody.
He's rough. His delivery is rough. But here's what I will say. I like when people are honest like that. Like when you now, if I didn't ask you, that's one thing. I didn't ask you what you thought about me. But I like that he makes you rethink about what you said. Do you have a big dick or not? You're stuttering. You know if you have a big dick or not. Has anyone told you that before? Are women running when you know if you have a big dick or not? It's like when you I like when he does that. Is it sad and for the other person? Probably. But you called and you asked for his opinion and you know what his delivery is.
And that's why I don't fuck with shit like that. I'm not calling to ask people their opinion. I don't like it. I cannot stand unsolicited opinions. It's very annoying and it's hurtful. And I told y'all earlier, I'm sensitive. But I did find it very interesting. So I know you said you wanted to talk about dating in your league.
Dating in your league, because that's basically when he was speaking on with the woman and giving her advice. He said that she's not going to be in the league of men that she wants. And so it made me think, like, am I going to be in the league of men that I want?
What do you really want?
Well, if we really want to break it down, Drake. And so I talked to my sister. I was like, I want to ask you an honest question after I listened to this. And I said, do you think that is out of the league for me? If we're keeping it on, we're going into a man of that status wants a beautiful woman. We're not talking about anything else because we don't know each other. He has money. I think I'm pretty. Do you think is that out of my league? Would this man be like, would Kevin Samuels, if I asked him, which bitch I would not, would he be like, look at you? Would I be stuttering and fumbling over my words like sis was? I was really thinking about it. Like, the conclusion I came to was, I think Drake could be in my league. Okay. I think if I went to go holler at Drake, he wouldn't just be like, oh, get your ugly ass away.
But do you think that he would date you?
Yes, wholeheartedly. In my mind, I totally think that he would be satisfied if we're talking about just physical appearance. Yes.
Okay.
So
what are the other factors that you're excluding?
Well, this we're just basing it on.
Well, you said if it's just that. Well, he didn't just include that. He included other stuff. Like he talked about the girl having kids. He talked about her money. And
I don't come with all that. I don't really come.
You don't come with it, but that's the things that are that you're excluding because you're talking about just physical. But I was just wondering what else. So, like with him, he talked about her financial status. He was like, you make 6 figures, but maybe you make a lot of money for the community that you're around. Maybe you make a lot of money there, but you might not be a big fish
no, he didn't say
here.
That though. He was like, a man doesn't care about how much money
he said that, but he told her, like, you have a pet grooming business. You make 6 figures, but you only been doing it for 3 years. He did bring it up. And he was like, basically, that's not something to brag about. That's not something that's really adding to anything. All. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even think money is anything to brag about at all. First of all, it's stupid. But I think I don't come with baggage.
Okay.
I work hard. Am I rich? No. But I got my side hustles. I don't think Drake I can't put my financial status even anywhere near his category because that's not realistic for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't got no Drake money, not even close to it, bro.
He's got a lot of fucking
But I don't
money.
think he would be worried about that. I don't think he would be like.
I think that when men have like millions and millions of dollars, like solid, like he does, not like, oh, I signed a deal, but I got to pay my label back, so I'm really broke. I don't think that they care about stuff like that. And I
think they look more at depth
and appearance. And yes, sometimes. And then it's like when you see these conversations with men, it's a little sidetrack. I won't be long. But it's like when niggas be on the internet arguing and talking about gold diggers and all this stuff, it's like, bruh, you don't even qualify. You don't have any money. This isn't happening for you. Nobody is trying to get your gold because you don't have none. We're on the same level financially. And it's just crazy to me. Men who have money, the money don't matter. It's a bonus, I guess. It would be nice if she already had it. You know, that's cool. Unless he's just like a cheap or stingy motherfucker. But other than that, that doesn't matter. It's funny to me when women who are trying to like make themselves sound better or put themselves on a higher level than another woman, they want to talk about how much money they make. But it's like, if we're trying to get the same man and a man with lots of money, you ain't worry about that shit.
I don't.
Like, no. So do you feel like, aside from Drake, because we know that you don't know him yet, who knows what the future holds, just, you know, it hasn't happened yet. Do you feel like the men that you date are in your league? Or do you think that you date men below you or above you or like what?
I mix it up a little bit. But for the most part, the men that I attract and that I would give a chance to, they're in
you don't feel
the
like
league
they're
that
out
I
of
would.
touch, you're not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And it's also not a league that I'm like, dang, this is my league. Like, you know, sometimes you might look at your league and you're like, dang, this is the league I'm in. Like Kevin was talking about me. The league of men that I am in right now, I'm satisfied with it. Like, it's not like the only league that makes me even feel uncomfortable are politicians.
Why do they make
that
you feel
type
uncomfortable?
of? I don't know. I really don't know. I've just, the times when people like that have wanted to take me on dates or are interested in me, I feel like that's out of my league. I don't, and the reason why I say it is because it makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to, and maybe because I'm not a politics person. I'm like, what are we going to talk about? Am I going to sound dumb? That's out of my league for me. People who are into politics and politicians. What would you say is out of your league or in your league? Let's start with in your league.
In my league.
And are you currently in it with the men?
I'm not currently dating,
around?
So there's that. But I would say I don't try to seriously date anybody who I think is out of my league. What is my league? I don't know, because I don't really know how to categorize them. I think that usually when we categorize women and leagues, it's about physical appearance. When we categorize men, it's about how much money they have. And I've dated some men. I've dated a plethora of guys, different financial situations. I don't think anybody like had way too much money where it was like, why did he pick me? What am I doing here? I don't know how to act. Like, I haven't had that experience. I don't feel like anybody was out of my league. I don't feel like there are guys that I just didn't like and we didn't vibe, but it wasn't because I felt like he was totally out of my league, except for, I'll say one time I went on a couple of dates with this guy. I don't know if I want to say that it was out of my league. I think I just wasn't expecting his personality to be like that. And I think it was more of a self-sabotage thing than out of my league, but he definitely made me, he was just like such a gentleman, such a nice guy, like the things that you want on paper. So it was a little off-putting because usually these niggas be fucked up in the head a little bit. Me too. So like, I feel like, you know, it's both of us. We'll be a little crazy. Something's a little off. Some marbles are missing. We've got some things that we need to work out. Some unresolved issues, perhaps. Lots of crazy things. I told you I had to take a break from that shit because I was making horrible decisions about my dating life because I was looking for excitement and bitch, read a book, watch a TV show, get on a roller coaster. You don't have to find any of your men. But yeah, I don't know. I think that the guys, I'm not meeting guys who just like have no money. When I do meet them, they have careers, and they make a very good living. They're very comfortable. It's been a long time since I've met somebody who's like struggling that I was trying to date, you know? And then physically, I mean, they don't be really fine like that. Just the ones I'm fucking. And it's been a long time since I met a new nigga. But I like that. That's something that I think about. Fine. But that's something I think about when I'm thinking of the different categories of men. They don't have to be fine. I don't need to find nigga. It's just bonus points. Fair. It's bonus points. I will say this though. I think that men definitely put us in categories by how we look and how we carry ourselves. How expensive, dare I say, you may look. What are you carrying? What do you have on? Are you put together? Is your makeup done? Is your hair done? Are your nails done? What are your accessories looking like? What kind of car do you have? Not because they expect you to pay for it. Somebody else could have gave it to you. It's just a look. But I feel like they put us in these boxes like, oh, she's used to certain things, for example. Like she's used to getting designer things. Like not buying them, but just getting them. So she's used.
Sometimes that can have the opposite effect. I think that men, it's me and my friend were just having this conversation Sunday night. She has Chanel bags, has a really nice car. Most of her shoes are designers. She's not really doing like the mixing it with Fashion Nova. Everything is like a designer piece. And she was like, it's crazy because when some men see you with that, they're like, oh, she got it. Like she's good. She doesn't need any help. She doesn't need my assistance at all. And she was like, so sometimes it's actually like a backfire. And you're like, what? And I was like, well, let me keep mixing my Fashion Nova in. But I just wanted to add that in. Like, sometimes they can see that and they're like, oh, she got it. She good. She could get her own Chanel. You got it.
Sometimes, yeah. And sometimes they feel like, you know, you don't want anything. But do you really, how important is that to you for a man right now, for a man to want to take care of you financially?
For me, the thought of it being very important would be nice, but I've had that opportunity present itself a couple of times during quarantine, and I can't deal with the control that men naturally want to have over you when it happens. And whether, not like it's going to be a Lifetime movie type of control. Some situations might be like that, but for the most part, it's not like that. It's just like they want you to drop everything and travel when they want you to travel. And I can't do that right now. I do have things I'm working on that I want to succeed. So that the taking care of me part is not important. Helping me level up a little bit is.
Helping you level up, like how?
As far as investing in me in a real way. Bags are nice. I'm not going to act like I don't like them. And I'm also not going to act like I won't accept it if you give it. However, if I tell you that I'm working on a project, I would respect it more and suck your dick even better if you're like, let me put down the down payment for this something that you're working on towards a goal.
Or something or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Right now, that is what would be really great. So the whole taking care of that's great, but
how important is it? Because I'm not talking about just bags. Like if you want somebody to invest in your future, basically is what I'm hearing, and your own like personal goals, does he need to be able to do those sorts of things? Or is it okay if he doesn't have the money like that, or he just doesn't want to spend it like that?
It's totally okay. I would say it's totally okay. But if we're on a certain level,
like in your relationship,
yeah, I don't think it's okay. But like there's men that I'm involved with right now where they're not going to invest in my future in a financial way, which is fine. I'm not like, oh, fuck you then. I am still a grown woman. You know what I mean? But the man in my life that does help me with things, I mean, I just have so much, he has a special place in my heart because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like a pay to play type of situation. It's like you truly believe in what I'm trying to do. Does that make sense?
Mm.
I don't want to have to be like, I'm doing this, but I gotta fuck you. Like, it's just like you see it and you're like, oh, like I want to, let me help you out. You need some help with this?
Uh-huh.
Does that make sense?
I mean, the situation makes sense, but I'm just a little confused about, okay, so like this person that you're referencing, is this somebody that you're dating seriously? Is this just a friend? Like, what is it? Because I'm asking about somebody that you would date, that you want to take serious, that you could see a future with. Do they need to be investing in your future? Not just, guys that you date casually.
Okay, break the question down, because are we saying that right off the bat, I'm expecting
Not right
you
off
to
the
be
bat,
like,
but okay, you meet a man today. 4 months down the line, you guys have gone on several dates. You've spent a lot of time together. You like each other. Do you, and he's talking about, he wants to be in a relationship with you. Do you feel like this man needs to be investing financially into your future, whether it be a class, whether it be you need a new computer, you need to go to an event that's really important for voiceover, or whatever it is. Like, is it important to you that man does those things and that he has the ability to do those things?
It's important. It's not a deal breaker, but it is important.
Yeah. Well,
I would say it is. I think that it means a lot, especially if we're in a relationship. And honestly, that's kind of what I'm used to. I feel like Carlos spoiled me way too much. What do you think an average guy is? The more that I listened to Kevin Samuels, even with the dick video or with the lady, he said average a lot. What do you think average is for a man?
If I would call a man average, I would think that physically, like his body and his face, you could meet him at the grocery store and you could see him again next week and not remember, because it's just nothing that stands out to it. He looks like any other guy, basically. He's not unattractive, but there's nothing striking about him. He does not make a lot of money. He may not be broke, but he lives a very regular life. And it's not because he's cheap. It's because that's the money he has. He has a very regular job. Like, everything about him is just regular. His habits, the things that he wears, where he spends his time, the restaurants he chooses, the way that he looks, and honestly, even what he wants out of life. I feel like some guys are very ambitious and they dream big, and this is just on my personal scale. I've met some guys just like sitting at a bar, just chit-chatting with whoever's sitting next to me pre-corona, when the world was fun. And I'm just chit-chatting with these guys and they tell me about the things that they want. And to me, some of their goals, like their big dreams and aspirations, felt very average to me. And that was fine for them. But it's like, I felt like they could dream bigger. It's like nothing is over the top. Nothing is big. Nothing is grand. Nothing stands out. It's just like they could tell me these things. I may not remember their face. I may not remember their name. I may not remember details, because everything was just so blah. I'm trying to think
like
of a
what,
physical.
Though? Like you.
Go ahead.
Like what?
What do you mean?
Like
what?
An average dream, like they just want to go to live in the same city for the rest of their lives.
It's not really about cities. I was thinking more so like career goals and like what they can attain financially. Like maybe they just want to buy a small house in the far out suburbs somewhere. They would be fine if they maxed out at, I don't know, $85,000, $100,000, and that's their income. And that's fine, but to me, that's average. Like, people talk about all the time, I want to make six figures. I want to make 6 figures. There's a big difference in the scale of 6 figures. That's 100,000 to right under $1 million. And a lot of people, they just want to hit that mark and they just want to get right there. And that's cool, but to me, that's average. I think a lot of people want to be able to make that amount because they feel like it's going to give them some sort of financial freedom and all these things they think about. But once you get there and you realize, okay, after taxes,
my student loans.
After taxes, after I pay my bills, after I do a few things that I want, how much do I really have left? It's like, okay, I need to up my goal because there really ain't that much money. You know, but I feel like, you know, those are average things. What's average to you in a man?
For a man? I don't know. I mean,
it's like when you go out and, you know, you meet a guy and, you know, like if you're at a club, for example, it's a group of guys. They got a section, right? You know who the boss is. You can always tell who the boss is. It's that friend who's probably standing at the front of the fucking section trying to be fucking security, trying to monitor who's smoking the hookah, who's eating the chicken wings, who's getting a little heavy-handed with the champagne. That's the average man because none of this shit is his. He just wants to feel like the big dog a little bit for the night. It's an average man. Just average. Just there.
Yeah. As far as like looks, I feel like average would be like, yeah, I don't remember you. Kind of like what you said. Nothing really stands out. I might not even remember your name. Not trying to be rude, but there was just nothing really. Maybe
because
you were a little ashy.
When everything about a person is average, though, and it doesn't have to be bad. It's just when everything about a person or a situation
it's not a bad thing. Some people enjoy
average.
being average. Everybody doesn't want to overachieve and be super successful and have this larger than life. Everybody doesn't want that, and that's totally fine. This isn't like we shitting on average niggas. It's just we're just talking about it.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's like when you have your average day, you don't remember everything you did because everything about the day was regular. It was your regular routine. You did your regular stuff. It's like that. And I think that a lot of people want an average life. They want to be average. They're okay with that. They want an average man, and that's fine. I think the problem comes in what Kevin was talking about is when people who most would consider average are trying to jump and demand that they get certain things. I personally feel like you can want whatever you want, but you also have to be realistic. We want lots of things. I want to win the lottery, but my ass didn't even play. So how I'm going to win? You can want something that is just unattainable or what seems unattainable all you want, but if that's not what is going to happen, if that's not what you're qualified for, but I can't believe that girl called in for that and asked that man because you said things already. That's what baffles me sometimes when people already kind of lay out what it is. It's like, okay, well, what makes you
what you
better?
mean? When she was like I'm a 5?
When she's saying like she wants this person, it's like, okay, when you get put up next to a woman who maybe has everything else going on, or she has similar things, but something about her is better. You said you were 5/6 when you're done up. That's average. What would set you apart to make this man who has options, because you want him, lots of women gonna want him. You know, what makes him want you? I don't know. I just always wonder that. And then when he went on to say, like, sometimes you do see a very successful man with an average looking woman because everything he says boils down to
But they've been dating since they were in high school. I was like...
I mean, it's kind of true. And then he talked about, like, the things that we want and the laundry list. I do think that a lot of people have this long laundry list of things. This is for men and women. Some people realistic, some people I'll be looking at them like, okay, but I keep my thoughts to myself because they didn't ask. But I do think sometimes people have these long lists of things, and that's why I ask, like, what really matters to you?
Yeah, what really does matter? I'm starting to realize, obviously money matters because you need to make a living for yourself and live comfortably. But a lot of the things that matter to me most right now that a lot of people lack is
excuse me,
just being a solid person. Like, do you actually care about humanity? Do you care about people's feelings? Are you kind? Like, what else is there other than what you can provide for me materialistic wise. And that for me would be, if I lived a life like that and it was just the next nigga comes and he's going to provide and I feel like I would fall into depression, because then it's like you're going to be, you're everything you do is surrounded by around like what this nigga has, like what you got. For some, I feel like, and girls who like that is cool, but like, what do you have? Even when he said, what are you under all of that? The makeup and the hair and the lashes. Do you like yourself? Because if you don't, that nigga ain't either. And he gonna treat you like that.
And honestly, off the superficial stuff, that goes for anything. How you truly feel about yourself. Not just how you look, but how you feel about yourself. And it comes through. You can tell when somebody is talking about how confident they are in whatever area, and you can tell. That's what I was saying when someone says
they're a 10, and then it's like, well, how do you behave? Not even just looks, with anything. It's like, well, when you look at the person, it's like, oh, okay, no, you're lying.
Yeah, or maybe you just haven't realized it yet, and you just lost and confused. And
do some yoga,
girl.
You'll realize a lot.
You're gonna need to do a lot more than damn yoga. I think that two people get caught, like lately, just having conversations with people. And it's like, I mean, you can make what you want to make out of dating. Some people are looking for love. Some people are looking for stability or a lifestyle. And some people are looking for things in between. What you want is what you want. But sometimes I get tired of hearing about the superficial stuff that people want. It just is like, it's all the same. All these people want this man with certain things. And I especially get tired of hearing, like, when people assume that they know what you want. I cannot tell you how many times I've been online and people are like, has anybody ever asked you, like, would you date a regular nigga? Okay, well, people have asked me that, and I'm like, I don't even be telling y'all who I'm dating, so I don't know what kind of niggas you think or what you think is going on, but it's strange to me. But a lot of guys, I don't know if they just feel pressure all of the time to have like a whole lot of money because they're on Instagram and Twitter and shit all day and seeing people talk shit, but it's just like, come on. Honestly, a lot of people what would set you apart is kind of like you said, being a solid man. Or just having something more. Lots of men got money. But why don't you be the man with money and a personality? Who cares?
And you know how to have a conversation, and you can have fun. A lot of people nowadays...
Ooh, girl, you asking for a lot. I'm just playing. I said, ooh, girl, you asking for a lot. Because you said, and have fun.
I think that's very, like... That's an entry level thing. Like, you don't know how to have fun. I can't tell you how many dates I've gone on, and I'm like, I will never talk to you again after this. And it has nothing to do with what you have or what you don't have. Because it does, because you don't have conversation. I love to talk. When niggas just be like, how was your day? It was good. Do you know how a conversation goes? Like, I can't just sit down and we just eating food. Talk, nigga.
I think that some guys, they just rest on what they have. It's like they've been getting girls with this money. They don't really want... I also think when they're not having conversations, they don't really want nothing serious either. They might lie and say that if you just flat out ask them, but they don't want to. They're not trying because they feel like they don't have to, because somebody else has let them get whatever it is that they want, whether it's just to be out with a beautiful woman, whether it's to fuck a beautiful woman, or whatever the case may be. They don't want to put in no extra effort because they don't care. And that's why they sit there like lame ducks. No fucking thank you. No thank you. And it's sad.
This dating world.
It's
interesting.
Sick. I wonder too, sick. Like when men are, I just be wondering what goes through their heads sometimes. Like do that, like how you're saying you don't want to go on a date with a boring guy and like no conversation. Why would you want to sit there and be the nigga with no conversation? Like, you're not bored yourself? Do you have a brain?
I can tell when I do go on a date with somebody and they think I'm too much. Like, I'm talking too much. Like, I can tell they too are like, whoa, like, I did not think. You know how you were saying some people have a certain perception of you based off of Instagram. They're like, oh, she don't date regular niggas. I don't know how you could get this perception of me from Instagram, because I'm always talking, but people think that I'm going to be like this stuck up girl. And that is so far
and just,
from
like, quiet.
And just like quiet, or just not really anything to talk about, or not. That is so far from me. We're not going to sit here and talk about rich people stuff. I'm not rich. We're not going to sit here and talk about, like, we're going to talk about real life things. That's what I like. I like to talk about things that might make the average person uncomfortable. So I don't know. Dating is interesting, but I also enjoy it in the same sentence. I think it's cool to kind of figure out what you really want and what you don't want.
Yeah, we're going to see when I get back out there. I don't know.
If you could build your Prince Charming, what would he look like?
What would he look like? He would look like Rick Fox.
Have you seen Rick Fox lately, though? I know that's your man, but...
I like the way he looks. He's older now.
His little hair.
His hair is wild, yes. But hey, what does he need to fix his hair for? I'm not worried about it. Why should anybody else be? But honestly, like, he don't have to look exactly like Rick Fox. But what I do like about him is funny because the guy mentioned it in the thing was the jawline. I love a strong jawline. I find that to be very attractive. I was actually going through and looking at niggas from the past. And I was like, they have this in common. I just love a strong jaw. I do like tall men. You don't have to like be a gym rat or anything like that. I like nice eyes. That don't look
so he
scary.
Can be a little puffy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I don't care about that. I would like for him to be tall. It's not a total deal breaker, and I've said this a few times, but a lot of times in my experience, the shorter niggas be having little attitudes. So I don't know, but I just want him to feel strong. Like when I'm with him, when I touch him, I don't want like a man that's like hunched over and like shy and timid. So I need a confident, strong man who holds his head high, even if it's a little funny looking, because I'm okay with a little bit of funny looking, just a little bit. I want him to look like that. I would like for him to be darker than me, preferably. He don't have to be, but I would
like brown,
any kind of brown, just darker than me. Preferably age at least 31. I'm 60 years old now. At least 31, 30. That's half my age. I'm trying to think of what else. And I want him to like, I can tell you the looks. I know that's what you want, but the older and older I get and the closer I get to the grave, that matters less and less to me. And I have just, it's really about who they are and how they make me feel. Like, I want somebody who makes me feel good. I want to feel confident. I want to feel like I can be myself. I want to know that when I do embarrassing things, we can laugh about them. I don't have to be ashamed. And I want you to want to put a smile on my face. Like, I'm going to want to put yours. Like, the physical stuff is not as important to me as it was when I was 23, 25. You know, it's just, it's not that important. I want somebody who is just, who really wants to be with someone. I don't want somebody playing around.
I feel you on that.
I'm tired of crying.
I didn't say what mine physically looks like yet, but I think sometimes what people forget, Drake, but a little browner.
Okay.
But steering away from it, it goes back to when you were like, would you prefer someone who will invest or help? I also, whoever I do end up with in life, I want it to be okay when we are struggling with something. I want it to be like, it's okay to say it. You know how sometimes people feel like you can't tell your significant other or someone that you've been dating that you're going through a hard time because you're embarrassed.
Like with money.
Or you, no, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're struggling with. It might not be money.
Like
it might just be like, yeah, it could be money. It could be you failed at something and you don't feel like you can open up. I want to be with somebody where you can open up with me about it and I can open up to you about it and we don't feel embarrassed to go through struggles. It's like, that's what happens when you end up with somebody and y'all are really together. You gonna see the ups and the downs. It's not like if you care. If you don't care, then maybe when a nigga gets down, you are gonna leave or whatever. But That's really important. Life gets hard. And I want somebody that wants to go through the hard and the easy. If you can't have me at my gut, then you don't get this butt.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
I don't know. I think I get high contact off of Hannah's marijuana when she smokes.
I could see that.
I just hope I do meet whoever my Prince Charming is. I hope I meet that nigga.
I want y'all to send us messages, like on Instagram or somewhere in the YouTube comments, and tell us, like, what's your Prince Charming? Or, like, what they call it? For a man, for a woman. I don't know. What's your perfect girl? Like, who is that person, this dream girl or this dream guy that you want? Mm-hmm. What is it realistically that you really want?
Well, I also want, put what you want, what your Prince Charming is or your Princess Charming is, and put what that is, and then put what you have.
Nothing.
Do they add up? I'm just curious. Like, does it add up? Like, what we see, or whether it's looks or personality-wise, like, what if you get the complete opposite?
Well, I mean, I'd be okay. Well, I don't know about complete opposite, but if I don't get what I want, that's just a dream. That's just like if I can make the perfect thing. But if I really expect to meet Mr. Perfect, I just want Mr. Perfect for me, okay? I need him to have some quirks about himself because I definitely
just want Mr. at this point.
Oh, God. You want more than just Mr. and you know it. Okay, well, yeah, let us know, you guys. I guess we'll repost it or share it or talk about it one day. Maybe we could, if you guys listen to the episode early enough, maybe we can talk about it on later today on the live. Yeah. Oh.
Well, we are going to move on to Indecisive Diane, and when we come back, we'll read some advice letters, and then we'll get to the cocktails.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Indecisive Diane, and I have a great idea for you this week for a date. So listen, I want you to grab Kiki's cookbook, Klassy Baste. Make her Thai sticky wings, and it won't just be the wings that are sticky. It can get gooey, ooey, ooey when you make those tasty things. Check it out, ladies. Try it out and make your man's happy. It's through his stomach.
Okay, and we are back from Indecisive Diane, and it is time to read the advice. So, if you guys would like to ask us a question and have us possibly answer it on the show, then you can email us. The email for advice, and advice only, is askcocktails@gmail.com. So I've got one pulled up already. This is a long one while you look for another one. Okay. The subject line says, dating Paul Blart Mall Cop. I don't know who Paul Blart is.
Wait, say it again?
Dating Paul Blart Mall Cop. Do you know who Paul Blart is?
It's a movie.
Oh. Okay, well tell me something. I don't be knowing nothing. Okay. Hi ladies. I love listening to you guys during my workday. Y'all keep me laughing. I do have an issue that I'd love to hear some advice from you two. Please keep me anonymous. Okay, so in July, I started talking to this man. He's a year younger than me. He's 24. Has a nice condo, bought and owned by his family. He is black, but raised by a white family. I have no issue.
Run! No, I'm playing.
I have no issue with that, but that'll come up more later. He is best friends with someone who is a Trump supporter. Yeah, girl, it's a white man. And not to mention, he's an auxiliary police officer, so not a full-time cop. And with the holidays, the police force has him at the mall. Hence, Paul Blart Mall Cop. And wears Blue Lives Matter shit. His whole thing is if the community can have a real conversation about Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter, then maybe we all can be on the same page, or at least walk away with a mutual respect and not a dislike. My thing is, if the idea of the movement was started to shed light on the fact that we're not seen or cared for. Another group coming in saying they also matter, as if folks acted as if they didn't, kind of negates the fact that Black Lives Matter. We both grew up as the token Black child. I grew up in the burbs, and he says a lot of weird shit, like the other Black kids didn't like seeing a brother on the come up. You know that soulful spaghetti, the one Black people make with the meat chunks? What? Or, you know, niggas be making pork and beans for dates. Ha ha ha. Or Siri out to make a Black accent like they have British and Australian at what? I don't get that one. Okay. It's cringy. And I don't know how to bring it up. It makes me wonder his upbringing and what his parents allowed or would say. Not to mention, I'm the first Black girl he's dated. He's only dated Hispanics, and me, being half Puerto Rican, he's intrigued. So he's never seen a bonnet until me and would tease me until I cussed him out. Ooh. Or he'll say the Hispanic side of you is coming out spicy. And she did the throw up emoji. The sex is decent, but he really only is used to doing doggy and a woman riding. I asked him, is that from the women in the past? And he said, yeah, but it's what worked out and what I liked. I asked him if we could shake things up, and he seems hesitant. He'll eat my booty. Oh, in Medina voice, I can't do that. You got excited. And eat me out. His tongue gets tired before I come. Well, damn. Or if we have sex, he'll come before I do, and then either have to ask for him to eat me out, or if I feel weird for asking, he says, I'm sorry I came before you with nothing else. He doesn't initiate sex, but when I initiate it, he's all for it. Saying he likes a woman to take charge. I can only, professor him so much. I want him to initiate things, and I want him to kiss the fuck out of me. I tried the thumb movement, Medina, and it finally worked 5 months later. Now we need to work on the sex. I was going to get the sex dice, but what else do y'all suggest? I do like spending time with him, but the thought of a future or moving past this talking stage worries me. He's very nice and makes sure that I'm taken care of. Shit, he just bought me a new TV for Black Friday. I do like him, but my girls are like, he's gotta go. He's not really Black, and he's a cop. But then again, he's really good to me, just immature at times and not as sexually driven as me. He's been the most consistent man on the roster, and baby, I don't know if I should let him go or train him. Alexa, play K. Michelle's Can't Raise a Man. Sorry for the novel. I hope it made sense to y'all. It was all, Alexa, stop. My Alexa heard that. She's about to play the music. Love y'all and thank you. A Black beauty trying to date a white man trapped in a Black king. P.S. I don't know why people attach she has attached a picture in her Instagram. Yeah, I don't know why y'all do that either, because we're not going to show it. Okay, so I think that all of the stuff that you put in the beginning didn't really matter. Did
she say that?
Mm-hmm. He's a cop.
Okay.
And that's why she gave the mall cop reference, because he's not a full-time cop or something like that. Does that really matter to you? Because you really were asking us about the sex, but your friend said he got to go for the first part. That's up to you.
There was a lot of things that she broke down that she simply didn't like about bro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it seems like
you...
Yeah, it was like, it didn't really seem like there was anything you like about this man.
What she liked was he had a condo. That's it.
So this is one of those things where it's like, be honest with yourself, sis. Do you like just being at his nice condo? Is he paying for something and you like it? It's not a problem if you do, but like, don't try to force yourself to be in a relationship with him if you don't like him, unless you need some help with something that he gonna do it. Like, that's another thing, but like, it just seems like you don't really like him. Another thing about the Blue Lives Matter and the Black Lives Matter thing, I just want to say, when you deal with a police officer who's Black, and I've had conversations with Black police officers a lot, you also have to understand that sometimes they see the positivity in what police officers bring because they're a part of the force. And so sometimes they deal with their own battle. Like, so that's always like a sticky situation. He's a police officer and he's Black. I don't know what you want him to do. He might not talk badly about police officers how a lot of people do. He might always try to see the good side because he is one.
Well, I don't think she had a problem with him talking about it. I think her problem was he was trying to mix it with the Black Lives Matter. And she was like, the whole point of Black Lives Matter is that this is a group that seems unseen and unsafe. But I don't think you really care about that, because in the end, you were worried about the sex. You like that he's consistent. You like his condo. And you said he's good to you. So he must do something for you, you know? You don't like the sex, though. There's other men with nice condos that may be consistent. Good luck with that part. But like the sex, I don't think you need to be trying to teach him stuff. If he's telling you, when you ask him questions, if he doesn't want to initiate and you ask him about the positions and he's like, this is what works for me, this is what I like, and he's not open right then, he's probably not going to be that open anytime soon. And he's 24. Like, I think you should just move on.
Or get a Vesper, use code cocktail so you can get it engraved. And just wear it around your neck. I did this recently, and if he don't do it for you, just turn it on. We'll rinse it off first, and then turn it on and just start playing with your pussy. But yeah, since you don't like him, just move on.
He's good on paper. Some of the bullet points. Just get another one. And when you get another one, write us a cocktail. Okay, your turn.
I've been sitting here this whole time trying to remember this song because she put the subject line is no penetration in this dancery, but I can't get the beat in my head. Dun dun and count the phone on no penetration.
So you dance for weed on me.
Okay, what's going on, y'all? I tried. I gotta put my glasses on.
Girl.
I got to. Okay. What's going on, y'all? I hope you all are staying safe and having amazing, nasty sex. First, I would like to say thank you for being my therapy, especially during this annoying ass pandemic. Your podcast has been keeping me sane and has been my comedic relief. I would like to preface this by saying that I am a 26-year-old West Indian Pisces woman residing in Miami, Florida. Let me explain to y'all what has me in a frenzy, and I am just confused as a motherfucker. I've been talking to this big-time Miami music producer since September. Can he introduce me to Drake? I can't really say who he has produced for, or it will be a dead giveaway. Anywho, my dilemma is, this nigga only wants to kiss, give head, and get head. No type of penetration at all. Every time we link, he never wants to have sex, and it's upsetting me and my homegirl down there. Don't get me wrong now. Getting head is quite an exceptional experience, but a little penetration ain't never hurt nobody. Well, it actually has hurt. I do find that weird because he is a big-time producer, and I know he has a roster. He lives alone, single, and no kids. I asked him why we never have sex, and his response was, I show you love, I kiss you, I eat your pussy, so what's the problem if we don't have sex? I'm an overthinker, so I'm thinking either he's celibate, doesn't explain the oral sex though, not attracted to me, or he's just very careful and does not want to be trapped. I am so damn confused and in need of a magic stick. Should I drop him and move on or wait it out? Thank you for your time. By the way, anonymity. Oh my God, anonymity.
Okay, we know what you mean. Go ahead. Move on to the next word.
Is it my thing? So say my name. Say my name. Say my name. All right, Nia. Hey, Nia. She sent a picture too.
Y'all be ready for the shout-outs.
She put the Balenciaga in the picture. She said, look, you gonna see this Balenciaga. He a big time producer. But let me tell you something. That big time producer is still a human. Sometimes people's titles can like kind of cloud people. You forget that it could be a lot of things. He could have a little dick. He could not fuck as much as he could be married. Or another regular one is he might not be as sexual as you are assuming that he is. That's probably the lowest one, but that could be. I've dealt with a nigga before who I am sexual and he just wasn't sexual. I was offended that he didn't want to jump my bones. And we had to have a conversation about it. And he said he just likes to wait a little bit, which is really understandable when you think about sex. So much can happen from it. And so there are some men out there that want to think, would you be a good mom? And do you have STDs?
Yeah.
Like there are some men that still think like that. I'm not saying there's a lot of options that you have here that you could be going on.
There's a lot.
What you think?
Definitely. I think that he may not be confident. He may have a small penis, and he wants to get you like really into him first, so then you don't care as much. He may not have a penis at all. That's also a possibility. Lots of things could be going on down there. Now, if it's not that, I also think he could be cheating, and some people feel like if there's no penetration, it doesn't really count. So he's trying to figure out if it's worth the risk or not of getting caught cheating. And if it's nothing like that, like those things, I don't think that he's not attracted to you, because he wouldn't be eating your pussy.
And he wouldn't be doing all this stuff.
Yeah, I think you can rule that part out, but it could be a lot of things. And like Medina said, probably very low on the list, but he could just be waiting. I don't know. Maybe he's really into some kinky shit, and he's got to wait and figure out if you're going to do it, because he's like, my dick don't even get hard unless you're going to stick like a marker inside of it. So before I freak you out, I just want us to get comfortable. I'm going to eat your pussy real good. You're going to come lots of times. And, it could be a world of things.
But let me just suggest that you do this and try it and tell me if it works. When a nigga doesn't tell me something that I want an answer to, like I feel like something's wrong and he's not telling me, this is what I do. I start behaving differently. So he might call me one day and I seem really down. And he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. And then he'll keep asking you. And then one day just be like, I just feel like I can't trust you. Like when you don't ever want to tell me anything, I feel like I've done something. I feel like I just feel like I did something to you and I can't move forward. Like, just be really dramatic. Men don't like that. And so he's going to feel maybe bad, and it's probably not as big of a deal as you think it is. He's going to end up telling you. You got to keep doing it. Though. I'm talking about on a daily. Like, when you talk to him, you got to be sad. It works. And they're like, oh, no, it ain't you. Like, okay, let me tell you what's going on. So I'm married, and I don't want to, she's pregnant. I just don't want to cheat yet. Like that.
Mm-hmm. Not while she's pregnant. Wait until she dropped the baby.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you'll know what's up. Just be like really stressed.
Good luck. Tell
him it's weighing on your heart.
Good luck, girl. Please, please, please write us and tell us what the outcome of all of this is. Like, if you ever figure it out, even if it's like 6 months later, because I've got to know, like, what was in this plan.
I need to know too. I really need to know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll save the other one. It's short. I'll save the other advice that I had for another day.
Okay.
And we can go ahead and move on to the cocktails.
If I want fuck 'em, gon' fuck 'em. But if you ain't got a buck, I won't cup 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Run a double D, so stuffin'. Back to the point. Is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably stick the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe.
I was going to share an OG cocktail, but then I just decided I'll wait until the live.
Okay. If you guys want to share a cocktail with us first to read on the show, you can email it to us at cocktails.atl@gmail.com. And if you could put, I have a cocktail or cocktail in the subject line, that would help. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have one pulled up?
I do.
Okay.
This one is sent from one of our lovely patrons. And in the subject line, it says a queer nasty fantasy. Hey, y'all. I hope you're doing well. You can call me Liv. Hey, Liv, girl. I love the show so much, and listening has literally transformed my sexual journey. Now, let's get into this cocktail, because one of the first things I thought about after it happened was sending this in. For context, I'm a woman, 21 years old, and the person I'm fucking in this is also a woman. Let's call her O. So, for the past couple of months, I've been messing with O, and I've been having a blast. About a month ago, in the midst of exposing her to cocktails and poor minds to test her freak nasty, I realized that homegirl might be a bigger freak than me. Happy dance. I mean, shorty got kinks and all. So a lot of what she heard wasn't new. We had an amazing sexual experience for the first time last week, and ever since then, we've been having FaceTime sex, sending nudes, texting nasty things to each other. Keep in mind, we only live 30 minutes apart and have been seeing each other as much as school allows me to. So all the sexual tension just sits there every time we hang out. It was only my second time having sex with a woman then, but like Medina too, even though I didn't have much experience, I was ready for that thing. Okay. Fast forward to the day after Thanksgiving, we decide to go on a nice museum and dinner date in the city. Throughout the date, I'm staring this girl down and just keep imagining her all over my body. On our way back out of the city, we're smoking, chatting, and the vibes are just all the way there. We both feel it. So we stop in a parking lot near my house, turn the music higher, and just go right at it. O starts kissing me all over my body. What kind of car y'all got? O starts kissing me all over my body and tugs my shirt to the side and starts sucking my nipples. Then I start taking off my pants. She puts her fingers in her mouth with one quick motion and sticks it in my wet pussy. I start moaning and lay my head back. And in between kisses, I'm moaning in her mouth. I love a good moan in the mouth. Ugh, shit gets a little blurry in between this and the next thing. But all of a sudden, I'm sucking on her nipples slowly. She starts moaning my name and trying to reach for my pussy. So being the intuitive hoe that I am, I tooted my ass up. And she puts her finger inside of me from the back. Y'all, this was amazing. Then I start to finger her while sucking on her nipples. While she is fingering me from the back, I am booty ass naked in the parking lot, not giving a whole fuck. We do this for apparently an hour or so and climax at the same time. Amazing. That girl fine as hell. And we both agreed that we need to do that every time we see each other. I really fuck with her freaky ass. Hopefully this isn't too long. I've also attached a picture of me. Hey girl. I said what kind of car they got because I'm like, girl sex in the car, regular sex in the car is already like difficult for me. Like, but you could just pull a dick out and sit on it or pull it out and suck on it. Bitches got to lay back and spread it open.
Yeah, I haven't had car sex in a while. Like actual sex. Maybe a little dick suck. But like, ooh, I don't know, maybe a minivan. Or an SUV. I don't know. Okay, so I have one. I'm going to read one today. Somebody told me that they sent this in. So I was like, let me read this. Okay. It says, rob the cradle and rock little baby to sleep. I'm still in shock, so I may be a little all over the place. A few weeks ago, Thanksgiving weekend, I attended my friend's 40th birthday celebration. It was the usual crowd, and her cousin, who'd been shot last year, was in attendance. He's in a wheelchair now. Let's call him Lil Baby. I usually sneak off and smoke in my car after a few drinks, but this time I discovered that several others were smokers, so we had a group session. While smoking in the garage, I noticed Lil Baby looking in my direction, but chalked it up to him being engaged in the conversation his cousin next to me was having with the group. A few days after the party, my friend posts pictures and tags me. Lil Baby adds me, and at this point, I know what's up. We exchange a few messages about something I posted. Then he sends me his number, and I leave it unopened. Maybe an hour later, I see that he unsent the message with his number. Clearly, I saw what was there initially, but I play stupid and call him out about the unsent message. He sends his number again, and I text him. So you sent your number and deleted it with the hand on chin face. He responded, honestly, I didn't think you would use it. Then I said, so you still supposed to stand on your shit regardless? He says, he agrees, and we start exchanging text. I confirm he's 23. Y'all with the youngins today.
I know. I'm like, woo.
23. I confirm he's 23, a little baby. Initially, I hesitated on even entertaining him because 1, he's young, 2, he's in a wheelchair, and 3, I'm not sure if I can handle number 1 or number 2. But I took into consideration how much it took for him to muster up the courage to reach out, and my friend, his cousin, made light of the situation by saying it ain't too many games he'll be playing in my face because he ain't got no legs. Her words, not mine. Anywho, let's skip to this weekend. About a week ago, I blocked my old boo, and at this point, I'm feeling like I could use some company. A bitch been bored. Lil Baby invites me over to smoke and watch a movie, and I'm like, fuck it. I assume this isn't going to be like the usual. I go over a nigga house to watch a movie, then I slip and a nigga catch my pussy in his mouth type of situation. Boy, was I wrong. When I arrived to his apartment, he met me in my car, gun in his lap. She put the little emojis with the hearts around. Mm-hmm. I don't know why that matters, but that little detail added a tick onto my he may get some pussy one day meter. Oh my gosh. Little did I know today was the day. Once inside, I pick a movie and we smoke. We're both laying in the bed. He asked me to cuddle with him, and I'm like, okay, sure. We are laying for 5 to 10 minutes, and I start to feel him kiss my forehead. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I go ahead and give him a kiss as if that would satisfy him enough to focus back on the movie. One kiss turned into multiple, and I'm like, okay, little baby got some nice lips, and he's a good kisser. Really Another tick on my meter. So as we're kissing, I'm thinking to myself, little baby trying to show me he not no little baby. Baby, before I knew it, his face was between my legs. Dead ass, don't know how he went from one set of lips to the next, but once his face was down there, I'm like, who am I to tell him to stop? He's going to town on my pussy and talking about how it tastes so good. He then directs me to ride his face. I obliged, and while up there, I'm trying to ride respectfully, slow and controlled, not too suffocating. But then I feel him cut my ass and force me to slide my clit up and down his tongue. And then proceeded to lick my ass. I'm like, oh, he is nasty. While holding the headboard and riding his face, I'm now thinking, dang, does this mean his dick don't work? Before I could finish that thought, I feel him jerking his dick and he tells me to sit on it. I oblige. And while I'm up there riding, listening to how wet my pussy is, I start to replay how he just sucked my soul and the whole situation in general. And I stop mid-bounce and say, okay, pause. Because, baby, this is a lot. I was not expecting all of this. Little baby laughs and he's like, it's cool, we can take a break. And then mentions how he has a chair. I brush it off and we lay there for a few minutes and I'm still in awe, telling him I can't believe he just got me out some pussy that I wasn't planning for any of this. We're laughing and he is clearly amused. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts and I'm hiding under the covers at this point. But just as I thought I was in the clear to just stop there, call it a night, we can go to sleep and cuddle, he pulls the cover back and begins sucking my little bitties, fingering me and licking his fingers in the process. He then mentions his chair again and how he can hit it from the back. Wait, what?
His wheelchair?
No, he just said he has a chair. She's attached pictures. Okay, I feel little baby stroking and I'm throwing it back. I could tell I was giving little baby a run for his money. I come a few times and again call it quits because a bitch knees were aching. He orders us some DoorDash, then makes a joke about what happened the last time we tried to watch a movie. We cuddled for a while and I guess he knew it was almost time for me to go because I couldn't fix my mouth to say it. He's licking my pussy like it's dessert and he has fingers in both my holes. Ooh. I'm like, baby, what are you trying to do? I come a few times, then I ride his dick again and had a much needed orgasm. In the end, I currently feel like I'm in the twilight zone and still attempting to grasp what just happened. Let a little nigga in a wheelchair rock my world. Pleasantly surprised cradle robber. So she sent the stuff. I have to show you the picture.
He don't have no legs. Did I hear that right? Or he has one leg?
No, she said that he got shot. He got shot last year. Now he's in a wheelchair. So I think he has legs. He's probably just paralyzed or something.
I was just imagining a man with no legs fucking her. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. But sounds like you had a good time. Maybe
that does.
Maybe the young niggas is where it's at. I'm not going to find out. But if y'all been fucking young niggas, tell me.
He probably was like, I'm just like everybody else. Like, even if my legs don't work, I'm about to fuck the shit out of you. Mm-hmm. That's how one leg bae was.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought I saw him hobbling across the street the other day. I almost gave him a ride, but it wasn't him.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sending in your cocktails. Remember to join us for the live tonight. And if you are listening late, we also have a live workout session this weekend. Sign up for Patreon so that you get all the details and the notifications and all that good stuff. And then make sure you're following us on Instagram. Our page is @Cocktails Podcast. You can follow me at Kiki Said So.
And you can follow me at Coffee Bean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Wait on the track. Wait on the track.